26. Oh, what? 28. Whoa. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Joe Stay here, and we have a new e-bike in the house. This is a TST R002, 1500 watts of power, full suspension, moped style electric bike. So it is full suspension. This bike sells for $900. It can reach speeds up to 32 miles per hour. We're going to test that too. The range is 65 to 100 miles per charge. Torque, 90 newton meters of torque, which is still pretty good. The max load is 450 pounds, so it's a lot of zip ties. So here we have the handlebar. That looks good. I like it. There's some assembly required. I mean, it's obviously there's something that you got to put together, like the front tire, and then the saddle is right sitting over there. And right now I'm installing the handlebars. Oh my god, the whole thing fell off. Yeah, this is not good, my friends. Got the screws. Get it up. Make it tight. There's a fender, front fender. I usually don't like to install the front fenders. I just don't like the fenders. I think it looks cool without fenders, but there is a fender included. Just wanted to let you know. I'm gonna skip it. Check this out. This is the rear suspension. I'm so excited because I love having full suspension, front and rear, and then like the tires help. But once you try full suspension, oh my god. So let's take this off real quick and install the rear rack. You know what? The seat actually looks pretty comfortable, but you do need to install the rack in order to install the seat. All right, so I am ready to take the bike for a spin for a very first time. But before I do that, I gotta make sure that everything is working properly. There you go. So the battery seems to be fully charged out of the box, so which is pretty good. Everything is on zero. It's a brand new bike, but I want to see the tail light. I want to see if it works as a... Oh, it is a brake light. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is a brake light. So that's that. Then we have the headlight. There it is. Oh, what happened to the halo? Let's jump into the bike right now. Hopefully I don't fall off. ¡Órale, vato! Good lord. This bike does have a lot of torque. Let's do a hill climbing test. This is not gonna be the only hill climbing test right here because it's alright, but it's not as steep. Oh my god, look at that. Very easily. Some dogs over there. This is my routine when I go to e-bike test. I go through here, and then I'm gonna go into this bridge. Whoa. Oh my god, the suspension makes a huge difference. It is very lightweight, so it feels like I have more control over the bike, you know. Okay, let's go with the throttle only, full power. (18) 19 miles per hour, throttle only. And I haven't even unlocked the bike. I know there's a way to unlock it through the app, because this bike I can connect it to an app. So throttle only, top speed right now is 20 miles per hour. All right guys, let me show you something. Let me show you how to unlock this bike, because it is super easy and you will get a much faster top speed. So you have to download this app called Orbital Sports. Then you click on it. My bike is already linked to the app, but it's so easy. As soon as you turn on the bike, it'll appear right here on this app. And then right here on top, you says where it says class 2 and class 3. This is all you have to do. Just click on that and change it. And it tells you information about your bike, you know, the battery remaining 100%, kilometers that I have ridden the bike. Let's do throttle test first. Just throttle only. Oh my God, I already feel that torque. So we're going 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Whoa, what? 28. Whoa. 28 miles per hour. This is the top speed right here. Just the throttle only. That is definitely class 3. Yes, sir. Oh my God, you can feel that change like rapidly. Oh, that's so cool. Man, that full suspension makes so much difference. And look at that torque. As soon as I press the throttle, Jesus, the torque. So that's gonna be the hill that we're gonna use. We're gonna use as a hill climbing test. We're gonna get some momentum because I am also going to do some pedal assist. This is a very steep hill. Most of the bikes that I have tested, they do very well. Yeah, it's about 10 miles per hour. Because like this, it's very steep. So yeah, no problem. I mean, I weigh 260 pounds, so if you weigh less, it's going to be even less problems. But with my weight, this worked out very, very good. All right, guys, so I am back riding this bike. Remember, this is the TST R002. This bike sells for less than $1,000. As a matter of fact, it sells for like $900, which I think is a really, really good value for an e-bike. Now, I'm gonna tell you the pros and the cons I have about this bike. Mostly it's gonna be pros because there's a lot of things that I do like, especially for the price, for $900. First of all, I love the design. I really, really like this design for just to ride, the comfort and everything. It's a really nice design. Another thing is the comfort. This is a full suspension, front and rear suspension, plus the combination with the fat tires and the rear, well, not the rear, but just the whole saddle. It is a very comfortable ride to bike. It's mostly like a cruiser, you know, like you're gonna be cruising around with this bike. So I really like to have something comfortable. Another thing I like is the performance. This bike can go from 0 to 28 miles per hour in 93 seconds, but it's very, very fast. And so yeah, when you need performance, this bike has it. The the hill climbing test that I have done, it worked out pretty good. And then so yeah, it is a very powerful bike, and it's also super easy to change class when you download the app. It makes it so easy. That's another thing that I like, that it has an app that you can check out the stats of the bike, like the battery. You can change class, just better performance. I've never seen something like that on more expensive e-bikes, so that's a really big plus for me. The brake system, hydraulic brakes, they work very, very well, very strong, which is nice to have when you have a very powerful bike like this, right? So those are mostly like pros that I like about the bike, and most of it is fun and it's very comfortable. I've ridden these seats before, but this one is probably like the most comfortable one I have used. So yes, now let's go on the negatives. The first negative thing I have is that this bike is very short. So this is not meant for tall people, and I'm talking about, like, I'm not even that tall. I'm like 5'9", 5'10", depends on what tennis shoes I'm wearing. And this is not very comfortable if you want to pedal. So for pedaling, this bike is not fun if you are tall. So if you're taller than that, or even if you're like as tall as me, like 5'10", 5'9", this is not very comfortable to ride. So just keep that in mind. This is not for tall people. Another thing I didn't like much is that it makes a little bit of noise, especially like this rear coil, the suspension. It makes a little squeaky noise. Just keep that in mind. It's not that loud, but you'll hear it. It is a little bit annoying. It's not that bad, but it is what it is. Now, there's a few other differences. There's a color variant, there's a silver one, and there's an orange color that costs $1,000. So it's like $100 difference. And there's another upgrade, a battery upgrade. That was another thing that I was a little concerned about this bike. This battery is about 15 milliamp hours, which is not that big, you know, especially for a powerful motor like this 750 that picks at 1,100 watts. This is a very small battery, but there's an upgrade for, I think the bike goes for like $1,300. Yeah, 1,300. I'm gonna put the price right here, right below. And you get a 20 amp hour battery, which obviously the range is going to be much better. With this battery pack fully charged, so far I've used it half of it, and I have 13 miles with just one charge, right? Which means that if I use it a little bit more, I'm probably gonna get between 25 and 30 miles per charge, which is not bad, but it's not even close for what they claim on the website. You know, that's one thing that you have to keep in mind when they're doing these tests on the website, or this, you know, range claims. It's probably like under the best conditions on a flat surface, and somebody who weighs much lower than me, because like I weigh between 255, 260. And yeah, so that is going to make a big difference. Also, there's a lot of hills where I live. That's going to make a lot of difference. More or less, I'm thinking you're going to get 25, 30 miles range per charge, which I'm honestly, it's not bad either. But if you want something better, there's an upgraded version, which you can give you a bigger battery. And I think you're going to get between 45 and 50 miles per charge, which I think is make it even better. So do I recommend this bike? Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. I do like it, the design, everything. And there's some things that I already mentioned that you have to consider, but other than that, I think for the value, the price, this is a great bike. TST R002. I will probably change that name. I will call it the TST Renegade. Yeah, I like that better. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm Joester, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Joester out.